Hi, Sean Huxter here. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me. So a little bit of history about me. I got my first computer in 1983, the Commodore 64. I got it specifically to write BASIC games, that is games written in the BASIC language, because I didn't know assembler, but I had a lot of good game ideas and I wanted to write them, and BASIC was a way to do so. Now, around the same time, a friend of mine opened up an arcade in my hometown, and I did the interior design. The arcade was called The Spot, and he did like matchbook covers and t-shirts, and I did the interior decorating of all the walls, and then another arcade that he had done in another town. So I have a long history with arcade games. Now, at the time, I was working for a Radio Shack outlet. It wasn't a Radio Shack proper. It was a small town, so it was a TV repair shop, and it had a Radio Shack dealer's license, so it was a Radio Shack in everything but brand. And we brought in all the Radio Shack stuff, and I brought in the color computers, and I learned how to program there. And that's when I got my Commodore 64. On the weekends, while I worked there, on Sundays, I used to work in my friend's arcade. And I would do it just for fun. I did it to pop quarters in the machines to play, but it was just fun for me, because arcade games are kind of where I am. And now, of course, I'm a technical artist for a game company, and I have been for almost 30 years. So, it's been my history. And I'm just going to take this camera off for a second as I pan across my wonderful Mighty Max collection. The point is, here are all of these replicated arcade games that have come out recently. They're 1/6 scale. They're all perfectly functional. They all have the real ROMs inside, and I've been collecting them since the very first one, Centipede, which they did as a Kickstarter way back. And ever since then, they've been putting out several games a year, and I've gotten most of them, if not all. Not all, most of them. So, I got Cubert up there, and anyway, the point is, arcades have been a part of my life ever since I was a very young person. And recently, not too long ago, I've got this one, which I'm not tilting up right now because I've got the thing set up, and some of the pieces aren't exactly anchored down properly. And if you do anchor all this down, and there was one other thing about pop and swap Polly Pocket sets, is that you just can't fit everything in here. I can't. I've tried. There's a lot of things in here. It just doesn't work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rip everything out and just close it for you, just to show what this looks like when there's nothing. Yeah, see, even with this pizza on the table, you can't close it. With these decorations here, you can't close it, but now you can close it. And this is a little handheld arcade game with, which is kind of cute. And so I bought this one specifically because, arcade games and computer games are kind of my life. So when I was at Play Now recently, which is a local toy store in Northborough or Westborough, Massachusetts, I kind of forget. Westborough, I think. I may be wrong. But anyway, Play Now is a wonderful toy store, and it's not a big conglomerate. It's a small toy store. It's wonderful. They've got a really great Polly Pocket aisle. When you walk in the door, there's a rack there, and one side of that rack is all Polly Pocket, and it's all the stuff from the last couple of years. So if there's a piece you're missing, you could probably find it there. And recently I walked in, and they had the 80th Mattel anniversary Gem Ruby ring compact, which was amazing. I've never seen that in stock anywhere. So they also had this, and this is a crushed box. This is really the only damage. This is a crushed box. And they had it on for 40% off. And the original price was $29.99. So at 40% off, that'd be, let's see, $22 maybe? Let me just do some math in my head. It'll be $18. And so when I went, I let it sit there for a while, and I was thinking, I have the other sphere, the other double play, which is space on one side, a space kind of a theme park on one side, and a kind of a Unicorn Pegasus set on the other side. And I didn't want this one because it's a disco ball. And I was thinking, well, I'm not really interested in party sets, so I didn't bother. But then I saw a review of it, and it's not just a party set, and I'm going to show you what it is in a minute. But when I went back to get it, I said, I'm going to go get it now, and I drove down, and that's when I saw the new Gem set, and I bought a few other sets, and no, it wasn't 40% off anymore. No, when I looked again, it was 60% off. So I got this for like, what, $12? Anyway, I was quite happy because I'd come down to get it anyway at 40% off, and here it was at 60% off. So I get to open it today, and it's perfectly fine. The only thing is the box is crushed, and you know, that's all. I recently got a crushed box. What was it I got? The crushed box Starbright Party, and there was nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. In fact, the box wasn't even damaged. It's just that the components kind of had fallen out of their internal shells and were kind of flopping around inside, but everything was fine. There was nothing missing. In perfect condition. You know, it lights up the whole thing. All the characters are there. It's wonderful. So crushed boxes are fine if you're going to open it. Obviously, if you're a collector and your goal is to keep boxed items, you don't want a crushed box, but that's not me. I mean, I do keep some, but no, in general, I rip things open, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to pull out a little, because we definitely want to get some view on this. So I'm going to, I mean, there is tape on the box, so I'm just going to cut a few places, and then I'm going to rip this thing, because I am eager to get it out. And then we'll talk about why I started this whole thing talking about arcades and my history in video games. By the way, I actually own a Crystal Castles cabinet, and the last time I played it, it worked fine, but I had to leave it for a while, and over time the video kind of got wonky. So at some point I'm going to be getting the video repaired, and then it'll be back to perfectly normal. And those things sell for a lot of money right now. So let's go into here. We're going to open this up, pull it out, just to make sure there's nothing here. And I believe that these sets, play sets, I think underneath here are the secret accessories. So I'm going to rip that open now. Let me just push this back as a unit for a moment, just to see. Oh, by the way, this is just a special guest I had brought in from a previous video. A Schleich crystallized mammoth that I absolutely adore. So he's just watching, paying attention, waiting for his time in the spotlight, I think. All right, let's open this up, and I believe under here, yeah, you get the bag of secret stuff plus the instructions. Because I opened the double play Space and Pegasus one, and so I knew where to find this. So I'm going to put the instructions aside for a moment, but we're going to, and also I'm going to put this aside for a moment because we're going to concentrate on this first, then we're going to open this. So what do we end up with? Well, let's just close it first to show what we have. First, we have two characters. We got two, let me just bring my camera, there we go, lights. We got two poly characters. Let me see if I can't get a better light on them. There we go. I do not know these characters' names. I believe this is Shani, and I do not know this one. But, you know, to me, every poly is poly, no matter what their name is. I don't care. Packaging? Like the other packaging. Go away. So, luckily, these are not the poly stick characters with the gel feet. She's wearing roller skate on her chest, which is kind of cool, but she's also wearing roller skates. And there's a reason for that. Because, you see, in the arcade set, one of the characters is wearing roller skates as well. Because in the arcade set, there is a rotary here that really works rather nicely. And you can put the two, there's a motorcycle and a car on there, but also this is a roller skate arena, and Polly can roller skate around. So that's really useful. And I think that's a bit of a hint as to what we're gonna see here. So that's Shani with roller skates and her friend with roller skates. So pretty sure we're gonna get a similar thing in here. Hang on a second. Disco ball. Oh, 1 second. Packaging. Right. So this is a disco ball. Right now I'm thinking, I don't really care about disco balls. And this. So this is supposed to be a purse, just like the other double play. And if you unknot this, I don't know why you'd want to, but you can unknot this. This has a little heart thing here, and this clasp opens. And that's a safety feature so that if you got caught in this will actually snap open and separate the pieces so you don't get caught in the rope or whatever. But this is a purse, basically. And I don't really care about that. I have a couple more like this. That's not the point of this. So this is what we call a double play set, and it opens two ways. So the top opens, well, you know what? I think we'll open it first here. So this is, often in this series, this era, we get the Polly Pocket clasp that looks like this with the purple heart with the two little tweaks. But they also moved on to this one. But this is slightly different as well, like the other one is. This isn't just a clasp, this is a rotary clasp. And that kind of fits in here and locks into place, you see? And then when you open this up, we get two halves. Now what do we see here? We got a car, teddy bear, looking very much like the teddy bear that comes with the arcade set. This little double hinge happening here. This is a game controller. You've got bowling. So the teddy bear, I think, much like the arcade one, is supposed to be a prize from the concessions booth. You know, when you now in my day, arcades weren't about tickets and prizes. It was about winning the games, if you could. And anybody who could like score a high score got a lot of prestige in the town. But it was never about tickets and prizes. That came later, and I'm not happy about that. And over here we have roller skates and music. So, and of course, if you watch my videos, you notice that I always drop something on the floor. And there goes Shani. Why did I drop her on the floor? Because of this nonsense. In other sets, I just peel this off and throw it away, usually. Now, I kept it on the arcade just for completion's sake, but when I'm playing with it, I throw that away. All right, so you open this up, it becomes two things. But what is this? Two halves, but there's nothing here, because you flip it over, and then you have, I'm going to zoom in now. Then what you have is two halves of a playset, of two playsets, and this opens up. Oh my God, that's tough. Yeah, so this opens up like so, and this opens up like so. So what you got is literally a double play set. So you've got two compacts in one, hinged at the middle, and that forms a single entity. So what do we have? Well, over here, let's do this one first. This is more like an amusement area. You've got this circular track that you can spin, and you'll notice that the spinner is I think it's is it a globe of the Earth? Or is it just, no, it's just, I don't know what it is. I thought it might be. Anyway, so that spins, and that allows characters to get on here, and that's why we have two characters with roller skates, because they can get on the roller skating floor and then roller skate around. It's kind of interesting that they put the rotator so close to the center, because when the characters are in place, your fingers are always going to get in the way. You can't like spin it. You got to like move your fingers around. Now, meanwhile, also down here, you've got chairs. This will stay up, by the way, if you keep it up. You can also put it back like so. But it's meant to stay up because this is an upper deck. So you've got chairs, you've got a little stairway up, you've got decorations of music and stars and hearts all the way around, or stars and circles or whatever. And then up here you've got another little deck, and you've got stairs going up to this place, which opens up, I believe. This does not clasp there, so this will open up like, there we go. And that is another little area. This is a roller skating section. You've got your roller skates here. You've got a little wash basin here, roller skates here. And then of course, I guess you dress here because this is where the coat rack is. And that's a sticker. More music going around here. Again, won't even talk about the accessories yet because we haven't opened them. But here's why I got this set. We are back into another arcade. And this one is designed very similar to this one, because if you bring this down, you've got a bowling alley here. And we got bowling pins that go here. There is a little white ball that goes in here, and you can roll the ball, but I mean, it doesn't do anything. It's not gonna, there's the ball. It's not gonna knock down any pins because they're grouped as a group. But the point is there, you play with this, right? But here we have something extremely similar. We've got another arcade, or gaming floor. Let's pop this, close this for a moment so we can look at this. Here we have an air hockey table. Flip it over and you've got a pool table. Now, in my day, when I was designing these arcades, there were like 5 arcades in my town. Two of them had pool tables, and one was a pool hall, and I got really good at playing pool back in the day. Like really good. I mean, not as good as some people, but pretty good. I've lost that ability. I can't do it anymore. But anyway, you've got a bowling alley, a pool table that flips over to an air hockey table, both of which were popular arcade games. Then you've got stairs up, and then you got your arcade deck. Your arcade floor here, closing that, has a girl behind the counter. And once again, I don't like stickers that have characters in them or that do a lot of heavy lifting. I like characters, but you got this teddy bear again, you know, same detail. Again, this is going to be a concession booth where you get prizes. A stand here. Then you got this really cute thing here where it's the popcorn dispenser, and you push this down and the popcorn pops. I love that. Up top you have a disco floor. So again, my history with arcades and video games made me want to get this set. The fact that I got it for like, what was it, $12 is just a bonus. All right, there's our characters. Sorry, there's our characters. There's the sets. I'm going to move this arcade off to the side for a moment, and we'll focus back on this one. Now, what am I missing? Right, let's talk about the accessories. It's a pretty big bag. I don't know how many accessories are in here. It's all on the instructions on the box, but I carefully didn't look. We're going to tear this open. Make sure there's nothing in the upper half, because you do not want to lose any accessories, packaging. And now we carefully pour out. Oh, it looks like this is in 3 sections. There's 2 sections. There's a section here, and then there's a separator here, and then more accessories in here. So let's pour out this one. That's a fair number. Oh, don't you go away. Those balls like to roll. So make sure everything is out. Packaging. All right, what do we have? My God, we got a lot of stuff. All right, so we've got a disco booth. And this character can sit behind and back and, like, let's just place a character in there. So Shawnee can go in the back there. And then the disco booth just makes her rock back and forth as she's playing the tunes. Oh, by the way, Shawnee is wearing a shirt that is the disco ball. So that's kind of fun. While her friend has a roller skate. Is it a roller skate? Because the last one was a roller skate. Yes, a roller skate. Right, so this is the disco. Now, normally, you get to choose where things go. But I mean, obviously, the obvious place for the disco is up here. Right now. Let's see, so there's 2 pins. Oh, you know, I wonder if the disco goes here. Let's just pull this down and see. Yeah, it looks like the disco goes here. Because it is actually fit. Is it designed to fit on these 2 pins? Yeah, it's designed to fit on these 2 pins. So, again, you can place them anywhere. We also have another set of bowling pins, which is nice. Now, apparently you're playing 9-pin bowling. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-pin bowling, which I don't think exists. And that can go here, right there. I don't know if this functions. This looks like there's some sort of function, but I don't think it does. Now, what else do you have? Well, you've got an arcade game. This is my jam. Arcade games, like I said, are kind of my life. So an arcade game can go anywhere. I mean, I imagine you can put it up here. Then you've got a vanity. And this, I imagine, is for, you know, it's supposed to probably go in the cloakroom. Again, you can exchange things. So it could probably go into the dressing room where they have the dresses in the back there. Now, boy, there's a lot of accessories here. You've got a table with 2 pins. The 2 pins probably can carry things like, look at this. You've got a tray with what looks like a hot dog and maybe, I don't know if that's a pot of chili or a drink or something, but that definitely looks like a hot dog. So that can go here. And then you've got popcorn here, which of course goes well with the popcorn stand, and that can go right here. And that can go anywhere on the floor. You can put it right here. I find that this little stick kind of gets in the way of some of the placement, but you can place the table right here. It comes with 2 chairs. A lot of these do with tables and chairs, so they can go somewhere. I'm not going to decide where right now. It comes with another one of these teddy bears. Now, we see this teddy bear an awful lot in Polly Pocket sets, but that's not a problem. I do like this teddy bear. And we see that same teddy bear decoration right here. This teddy bear could probably go like right here, or, you know, again, I'm not telling you where to put these things. You've got a little, okay, I'm not quite sure what this is. It's a stool of some kind, but it almost looks like octopus legs. I don't know, but anyway, it's a stool, so that stool can go maybe in front of the air hockey table. Now you've got a skirt that one of the girls can wear, and I imagine since it's purple and the skates are purple, it goes with this character here, but don't know. And then you've got this thing, which is a locker. Again, locker opens, and you can see clothing in there. No paint, unfortunately. And it's festooned with like stickers and magnets and things. And of course, this could go up into the dressing area as well. And the last accessory of many is this, which is a standard boombox, which I think we get into a lot of sets as well. So for $12, I got this entire set. I'm going to zoom out now to get the whole set in play. And I was very happy to get the original, the first of the 2 double plays, which had the rocket ship theme park here, and then the Pegasus set here with a little bridge between them. But I kind of like this one better. I didn't think I would, because the other one, the exterior looks like a planet and the moon, which I thought was brilliant. And this just looks like a disco ball. But the outside pales in comparison to the inside. The inside of this one, I think, is well worth the money I paid. So let's just pop the characters in. I will leave the skirt out for now. Let's put it up here. And we'll put the tables in somewhere. Doesn't matter where. I'll just put them over here. And the teddy bear just fell, but that's okay too. I'll put the teddy bear here. And so, you know, this is kind of a mini tour down through my, oh, and also the balls. The balls are bowling balls. They can go right there. So this is kind of a mini tour down my arcade history, the history that made my career and made my life, kind of. And anytime I can buy a toy that has an arcade theme, I do that. And as a little preview, recently I've been making my own toy sets, and I did a Mighty Max type headset, which is almost complete now, and I got a brand new printer, and I'm printing it. It looks beautiful. I'm trying to put it together, and that's basically themed around the Mighty Max Doom Zones. But I also made a Polly Pocket compact set that is a computer museum with all these old computers like the Commodore 64 that I had, and a Macintosh, and an Apple IIe, and a bunch of others. But my next Polly Pocket compact is going to be an arcade, like a vintage arcade, and I'm even going to call it the Spot after the arcade owned by my friend. And I did the decoration for, plus the logo. So the logo will feature heavily, which is the logo that I designed, and it will be an arcade with all the old machines that I remember in that arcade. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching, hearing a little bit of my history. So for Magical Little Worlds, I'm Sean Huckster. We'll see you next time. Bye.